Welcome to the BCI 2020 podcast. I first want to just jump in and start with a question and let you introduce yourself. So here's the preface. You're sitting down with someone who you're now famous, and he's writing your biography, your life biography. What would he write?
I'm an artist. I work as a music teacher. I am currently a college student. I'm a BCI alum. I love creativity and fun. Yep.
Yes. Which year?
2019.
And what's your name?
My name is Channa S-B.
And okay, so you chat and he writes the biography, but then he wonders, so what's up with you lately? What have you been up to?
I just finished finals and they were really chaotic. So I'm recovering and I'm cleaning up the house from all the projects. College is a huge part of my day-to-day life, and I'm grateful that like all my classes are online. So I have a sense of like a schedule. Yeah. When I'm not focused on my studies, since the beginning of lockdown, my brother and I, we started a YouTube channel since we always said that we would. Broadway has been shut down. So we were like, oh, we're the only source of entertainment now. And on our YouTube channel, we've been recreating our favorite musicals and shows. And that's a lot of fun. It's called Stage Door Siblings. Shameless plug. Go check it out.
And I'll link it below.
Yeah. What else have I been doing? Oh, the summer camp that I work for did like this winter break series of at-home classes for the campers. And I was in charge of this puppetry workshop. And I taught these 2nd through 4th graders how to make puppets out of recycled materials. And I even got to show off, back to college, I got to make this. I have show and tell. I made this for a grade. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, this is a
wow.
Muppet, so I can like mix and match some of the facial features here. The Velcro is not sticking. Thank you. And like the eyes can be different emotions and stuff. But yeah, so this is foam and fleece, and it was a lot of fun to make. I haven't sewn in years, so yeah.
Wow, this is production grade material.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm doing a lot.
Might start a small business.
Oh my God. Don't add another thing to my to-do list.
So, okay, first of all, I want to know, are you a morning bird or a night owl?
Oh, absolutely a night owl. Yeah, I find it really hard to wake up in the morning.
Define night and define morning.
Anytime before 9. That is morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your best Purim costume?
Oh, gosh, I love dressing up. I remember one time I was studying abroad in Israel, where you are. It was like this high school program. So it was a bunch of Americans, and we were staying on a kibbutz in Israel. And we celebrated Purim in Israel, and it's like really cool over there. And everyone was like making their own costumes, but it was basically like their own clothes plus like an accessory. But I went all out. This was the year that the Lego movie came out. And I took a cardboard box and I painted it. And I was the astronaut Benny from the Lego movie. And I got 2nd place in the Purim costume contest.
Yes. Wow, beat the Israelis at their own contest. Jumping from that, what's your most used emoji?
It's either the red heart or the smiley face that's blushing. Like
that was exactly the emoji.
Yeah, just like copy my face and like put it in a text message. That's it.
Careful, we'll meme that. Rich or famous, what you would rather be?
Rich, so that I can like actually afford things.
Superpower.
Oh my gosh. I read this textbook that was this text post that was like the coolest superpower would be to automatically refill things. So if like your wallet's empty, you refill it. Your glass is empty, fill it with water. Like don't have to worry about anything.
So what's your on the someday maybe checklist?
As soon as everything's safe again, I can't wait to hug my friends again. Yeah, my entire family's like been doing our part, like staying in the house since March. So like when we actually like leave to go on a picnic or on a walk or something, it's a huge deal. um, but I can't wait to hug my friends. I can't wait to like travel. Um, I feel like that's a really basic answer, but like the things that like aren't safe right now, you know?
Um, what do you have a ridiculous amount of?
Do you remember Tsum Tsum?
Remind me.
Oh, they were these like cute little Disney characters. They're about this big. They're kind of round and plushy, and like they would make them out of like Disney characters, or I don't know. It was a thing when I did the Disney college program, and I collected a bunch of them. So now they're like hanging out on the bookshelf in my room. It's very sweet. And they stopped selling them, so now they're like a rare thing to find.
Okay. What's your greatest teacher and why?
I had this awesome English teacher in middle school named Teacher Megan. I went to a Quaker school, so it was like really small and hippy dippy. And instead of like Mrs. or Mr. whatever, we would call our teachers teacher and then their first name. Yeah, but she was really sweet. Had like a fiery attitude. I think about her like every day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, if you had enough money to build your dream house, what strange room or feature would it have?
My mom's always wanted an air hockey table.
Yes.
Or like one of those giant what are the things where like it's like pins and like you can make an impression and then it like stays there. What are they
Oh,
called?
yes.
Yeah.
Like human-sized ones?
Yeah, like a huge wall. So like you go behind it and then you like do that thing. Like I've seen them at science museums.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Take my
That'd be cool.
money. Yes. I would, yeah, yeah. Okay, um, so in general, how 2020 impacted your life?
I feel like I'm more introverted. Like, wow, can you believe it? Like I seem so extroverted, but I really am in learning to enjoy time by myself and like solo activities. Um, and makes me like this was a good year to like realize what kind of values other people in the world hold, like who's willing to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart and who thinks that the world revolves around them and it doesn't apply, you know? Gosh, that was depressing. I'm really grateful that the 2019 BCI group chat has been active for over a year now. So we've been able to keep in touch and been able to have Zoom parties and internationally celebrate holidays together. And we've even done like virtual online games like Among Us and like still keep in touch. Like I think I've hung out with my grandmothers more over Zoom than I would have before this pandemic. So I'm grateful for technology. Yeah, that's really been a good thing.
Yes, and it's like I'm close to you as much as like any other friend right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um, so I'll give an example because the question is what should be illegal, but it's like I would say, for example, mornings should like saying good morning should be illegal. What's one thing you'd say that should be illegal?
I think once you have a certain amount of money, like you're a billionaire or a trillionaire, you should like be obligated to not be that. You should donate to a bunch of places. Like if you have that much money to yourself, that should not be allowed. Like stop hoarding it all. Share it with the rest of us.
So capping.
Like yeah, capping your bank account or something. I think that should be legal. Is that a good idea? I don't know.
We get an error like if you have, I know how much zeros does it like, but if you have like 9 zeros, the computer is like 999999.
Yeah, like that's just unnecessary. Who needs that much? You know?
This is like kind of broad, but like what experience made you a better person?
Is it too predictable to say BCI?
No.
Aw, I loved it. It was really, really great and empowering and inspiring. And gosh, I think everyone should experience something like that.
Yes. What's a weird thing that you would make socially acceptable if you could?
Wearing whatever the heck you want. And that doesn't just apply to like revealing clothing or anything. I think we should be able to bring back 1800s garb, like with the whole parasol and whatever. I think you should be able to do that without getting stared at.
Yes,
Like vintage clothes. Or even like cosplay, like just out and about, and you shouldn't be made fun of just because that's how you choose to express yourself.
Yes. I might enjoy like just walking down the street and seeing like people in cosplay. Yes.
Yeah, it would just make things much more interesting, you know?
Yes. Okay. What's your children mystery that you finally solved years later?
The only thing that I can think of is how green screens work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when I was younger, I didn't understand the technology. Like how did they get there? Like they're not really there, but they have like a different background. But then when I got older and more into video editing and things like that, I understood that like you take a green background, and then the computer will like through the program, it'll take the green and it'll turn it into something else. But do you know how it works? There are red and yellows in your skin tone, and then the computer won't pick up those because the background is green. You know, I'm a nerd.
I love that. Continue.
It's cool. Video editing.
Okay. So to wrap. Yes, people would get my accent eventually. So to wrap up things, okay. How do you see yourself in 5 years? But I won't make it that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you had a CV. How would that look like in 5 years? What would be different?
Okay, I'd hope that my resume would say things like, well, finished my degrees, plural. Did a couple cool jobs here and there that are creative. Like I'm majoring in media graphic design, but I'm minoring, and BCI helped me solidify this. I'm minoring in Jewish studies and puppetry. So I'm hoping that whatever I choose to do in the future, let alone the next 5 years, I hope it involves something creative, using the different parts of creative things that I'm interested in.
To wrap it up, first of all, how can people contact you? And secondly, and feel free to include shameless plugs, but secondly, if they do contact you, what should they contact you about? Like, talk to me if you fill the blank.
So my brother and I, our YouTube channel is Stage Door Siblings. So that's Stage Door, one word, and then siblings. And that's on YouTube. And then on Instagram, I'm essbee.productions. And that's where like I'll share the videos or clips of videos that we've made, but also my graphic design and Broadway related stuff. Yeah, and if you're going to contact me, let's talk about art. Let's talk about Broadway. Let's talk about Judaism. Just reach out to me. I love talking to people.
So thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.